Hi everybody, my name is Matt Collins, and today I would like to present to you my e-portfolio for Introduction to Education Technology. I hope that everybody has enjoyed this class as much as I have. I think I've gotten everything that I expected to get from this class, all the tools that I need to be an effective teacher. So with that said, let's get started here. Okay, this is my e-portfolio. My pre-professional profile is what I did at the beginning of the class. If you haven't read that, you can. My post-professional profile may be a little bit different than most everybody's, because even though I'm technically a sophomore, this semester I'm actually a freshman. This is my first on-campus semester. I was able to transfer a bunch of credits in that were all general education, and so that boosted my hours way up and made me technically a sophomore. But as far as my degree plan, this is my first semester taking any classes towards that: introduction to education technology. Anyways, that's my post-professional profile. Basically how I feel so far and why I really want to be a teacher. And let's move on to the assessment section. Now, as far as being a math teacher, I believe that the pre-assessment, my first pre-assessment, is going to be within the first couple of days of school. I really want my students, I really want to know where my students are when they come to my class, because I know a lot of students have trouble with math, or they just don't like math and they don't really put a lot of effort into it. And so I know that I'm going to end up with students that are on a really wide range of their knowledge level. And so unfortunately, I know a lot of you are probably going to groan when I say this, but unfortunately I'm going to give a test, a paper test with just equations on there, and I want them to show their work so that I can go through each problem and go through each step to figure out exactly where they are, to figure out exactly where I want to start, so that I can get them caught up quickly, because I know with the curriculum and Common Core, it's going to be really tight, especially with the standardized testing and with people being in such different ranges with math. I really want to make sure that I know exactly where they are and get them caught up as quick as I can. Now, as far as the pre-assessments after that, I will probably use something like Kahoot, where I can make my own little quizzes just to make sure that what they've learned up to this point, that they're still holding on to, so that they can keep moving forward, and I can see that using Kahoot. Now, the formative assessments, or the assessments that's going to be ongoing while the lesson is happening, like I put here, you can always do the pop quiz, just drag and drop on some paper and let the students have at it while you sit and do whatever. But if you're not into that, you want to be more creative. One thing that I enjoy, which I've said throughout this entire class, is Khan Academy. Their math and science is just great. He's very thorough. He explains it very well. He has a ton of help, and they can go through and read a bunch of stuff, and it'll help catch them up if they are behind. And if they sign up as a student under you as a teacher, then you can see exactly what they're doing, and exactly what they're doing well at and what they're doing bad at. And you can go through and work those same problems, and then go through, go to class and show the students, those specific problems without having to call their name out in front of everyone else, and work those specific problems for them so that everybody knows what's going on and can keep them caught up. Another reason why I like Khan Academy is because Khan Academy saved me a lot of money. Because being a non-traditional student, I haven't actually done any kind of real math in a long time. It's been almost 20 years since I've graduated high school. And so coming back in, I should have started basic math level and worked my way through several semesters before I actually got to the degree plan math, which would be, for me, would be Calculus 1. And because of Khan Academy, I was able to get all the way up to where I was able to take a 2-class for one semester class for algebra and trigonometry, and it saved me a lot of money. In fact, I've done so well in my trig class, I don't have to take my final next week. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to take math finals, and I'm not going to be one of them because I've done so well in the class that I don't even have to take the final. I have a straight A in that class. And so I owe all of that to Khan Academy, and I will use Khan Academy probably for the rest of my life. Can't say enough about Khan Academy. Now, as far as a summative assessment, that's the final tests, or the test day, to see if they've, held on to everything you've gone through in the lesson. And for that, to make that a little more creative, I'm going to use Google Classroom. Like it says here, I haven't really worked with this a lot, but both of my children who go to Greenwood use it constantly. And so I've been able to talk to them about it and ask them how to use it. And they've shown me, because the UFAS website has a Google Classroom, and they've shown me how to go through it and use it. And I think it's fantastic, and I cannot wait to get there to use it. Now let's do some assistive technology. Excuse me. Now, my assistive technology, the speech to text, everybody pretty much knows what that is. That's pretty easy. The big one is Dragon. That you can buy that software and put it on your computer. You can download it on your phone. You can put it on your tablet. You can get it everywhere. But one that I saw that was interesting is Voice Note. And as you see, it says for Google Chrome, it's just an add-on for Google Chrome. You can just put it on there and use it. It looks pretty great. And then another one is the Evernote app, which I have on my telephone, and I use it quite often. I have used the speech to text on it a few times when I was in a rush, and it does pretty well. If you know how to use a speech to text software, you got to say, period, space, and all of that kind of stuff. But if you know how to use it, it works really, really well, especially if you're in a time crunch. So I could see that working great for a student that might need, want to take notes, but can't type. And so that would be great for them. The text to speech, every computer has it. I know that my computer has it, and my wife's computer, she uses it when she writes papers. She uses that to play it back to her, to listen to it being read out loud, to see if there's any grammatical errors that she didn't catch. But if you don't want to use just what's standard on your computer, Google has text to speech. It's a free app. It's really easy to use. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Again, Dragon also does a speech to text. And then there's another one that I found, and I think it's pronounced Balabolka. I'm not for sure. If anybody knows how that's pronounced, good for you. That one looked really neat. You can drag and drop. You can type directly into that one. You can bookmark it, bookmark inside of the software. It's free. That was another big plus. So if you end up with having students that need to use any kind of text-to-speech or speech-to-text software, give that a look. And then as far as assistive technology resources for teachers, I found several websites that really delve into assistive technology, what they are, how to use them. And even if you don't have the proper assistive technology provided for you, it shows you ways, several of these shows you ways to get around that and do what you can with what you have, so that all of your students are engaged and learning, because as you've probably heard a million times, everyone can learn. Now let's go to my lesson planning. Now, as far as my lesson planning goes, excuse me, I don't really know a lot about lesson planning. Like I said, I'm really new to all of this. But I was able to find several lesson plans on the PBS teachers website. They were very thorough, really just amazing, because I was really nervous about this section of the e-portfolio. But once I saw that, I was really happy to see that these are all well planned out, well thought out, how to do everything all through here. They're just great. It really relaxed me when I was going through here, because I was really nervous about doing all this on my own. But with all of the resources we found in this class, not going to be as scary as I thought it was going to be. And it really boosted my confidence in knowing that I'm going to be able to do this. And I can't wait. I'm super excited. And each one of my lessons plans just kind of showed you how to, it's on algebra, how to do the squares and side squares. And then it goes into linear algebra, and then it works itself all the way to the final lesson, which is called the yo-yo lesson, which was very interesting. Let me get this up here if I can. Here we go. The other three were basically building up linear equations, and then this one is how to solve it. And it's really great. If you guys want to go through all of these, because there's a lot here, and it would take me a really long time to explain all of those. But if you guys want to go through those, just go to the PBS Teachers website and look up the lesson plans, and you'd be amazed at what you'll find. Now, classroom management. Excuse me. As far as classroom management goes, I've heard a lot of warnings, I would say, from other teachers, even at the university, about students. They just will get out of hand, especially if you're a new teacher. They're going to test you. They're going to want to know. They're going to want to see if you really will stand up to them and make them do what you expect them to do, and hold them accountable for their actions. And they're going to try you every day until you prove that that's your classroom and you are the teacher, you are the leader. They're gonna test you. And I found a really good, strong list of rules right here. Now, as far as procedures go, I didn't write any technical procedures as far as the classroom goes, because I don't have my own classroom, so I'm not exactly sure what each procedure will be. But I did find a procedure worksheet that I would love to share with you guys. Here we go. Now this shows the use of room areas, everything in your room, and you can fill this in. When you get your new classroom, you can go in and fill this in and keep this, and you can change this as you go. If what you've started out with doesn't work, you can just keep this right here. It's a PDF file, and you can change it as you go here. And it's great. It's amazing. All these tools and resources that are available now are just amazing. But I plan on using this. I'm going to keep this and use this when I get my own classroom, so that I can be the best teacher that I can be. As far as consequences go, this is just a guide on the consequences. I got it from the same exact place. It's great on how to handle the students if they do certain things. If it's something small, like they're talking during class, you can use these different things. And if somebody throws something, it can get a little more serious. But if somebody does something really crazy, it tells you exactly how to handle each situation and what to do and why you're doing it. It's great. And I'm going to give you the website that I found all this from here in just a moment. Right here on the Management Tech Tools. ShareMyLesson.com. Right here is the direct link to where I got the procedures worksheet and the consequences guide. Go check that out. They also have lesson plans. They also have a ton more classroom management things. I just picked those two because they were my favorite. But go check those out and use those. They're great. And now the Teacher's Assistant Pro and Android for Academics, those keep track of your grades. They can even keep track, if certain students aren't getting along, if you can put that in there and keep track of that, so that in case that doesn't get out, make sure that doesn't get out of hand if you need to move them. And it also keeps track of attendance for you. They're quick and easy, and no more of those attendance books. You can just do it right there real quick on your tablet or your phone and get started with your lessons. A major time saver. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of my portfolio. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being in class with you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy your winter break and don't do anything I wouldn't do.